गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्परां वन्दे गुरुपरम्परां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम् swaroopanusandhanam. Anusandhanam means what? Arjun did anusandhan of the word. He pointed the arrow. He became fixed. See, that is one anusandhanam. Second is investigation. In our language, it will be investigation. Investigation into what? Swarupa. What is Swarupa? Swarupa, the form of the self. And what is the form of the self? Come, I'll pinch you. Let me see if you are so no form. Try. Like, so we'll take it from. So right now, our self is considered as the body. Then a little bit of investigation, we come to know, well, even worse, not only as the body. Initially we consider ourselves to be the father, mother, daughter, sister, etc. relationships. Then when you investigate into that, you come to some satsang, and Swamiji keeps repeating the examples of husband and wife and father and mother or mother-in-law, daughter-in-law. Suddenly, हाँ यार, कभी तो click होगा. Suddenly you realize that first you are the woman or the man, and then you are father, mother, daughter, sister. Suddenly you have come to the unchanging principle behind all the relations. When you come to the body, then from here also you start continuing because body is also changing, isn't it? So what is the constant principle behind the body and the senses? What is the principle behind body and the senses? Not a difficult question. Answer? Huh? What did you say? Consciousness? No. Mind. Without mind, go step by step. Without the mind, body and the senses cannot function because they are the projection of the mind itself. See? Behind the mind, who is there? Which is constant? Because in the mind so many stimuli are coming. Seeing, hearing, touching, feeling, tasting, past, present, future. Who is behind all this data? Who is not coming and going? Or he is coming and going but he is still constant. Relatively he is constant. Who is it? Huh? Intellect. But how do you know intellect is intellect? The I thought. Who owns all the data of the mind? You understand? This is the body, this is the mind, this is the breath, this is the mind, and this is the intellect, and this is the Atma. So this index finger is the I, isn't it? So this intellect is the one who says all these, the body is mine, the breath is mine, I cannot live without the breath, and these thoughts are also mine, these relationships are also mine, this wife is mine, this child is mine, these parents are mine. Once you get married, then the in-laws are also mine, and all the connected relationships are mine. Who is saying this mine? I. This fellow, and that's you, isn't it? So compared to the different people or objects coming into your life and going away, I is constant. But this I also, when investigated, anusandhanam, we recognize that this I also comes and goes with every object. Every thought is three ingredients are required. subject, object, and instrument of knowledge, isn't it? So objects are changing. It seems I is constant, but actually I thought is also changing with every object. I see, this thought is complete, it, it, it goes away, then the next thought comes, I hear, that stays, it also goes away. I imagine, that thought comes, that also goes away. So I is going away with every thought. I is going away with every thought, with every object. So I is also going away with every object. But someone knows that a thought cannot be, it cannot appear in your mind if the I thought is not there. Without the I thought, there cannot be no thought in the mind. This is the rule. This is how you're functioning. I'm just reminding. You may have never investigated into it, but this is how it functions. See? But there is some I, which is beyond thought, which is observing the I coming and going, it is observing the object coming and going, it is observing the breath coming and going, it is observing the relationship, all the relative, the father, mother, daughter, sister, they are coming and going, and it is also observing all the objects of the world coming and going. Who is that one? Is that different from you? Is that your experience? That someone above the clouds is watching your thoughts, someone is watching the I thought, someone is watching the relationships? It's you only, isn't it? And systematically, just like I said just now, step by step. Don't jump straight to consciousness because you are ready. You have to, rather than come from your mind, you have to come from your observation at this moment. So when we are going through from the world to the body and the senses, from the body and senses to the mind, from the mind to the intellect, from the intellect, that is I thought, to the witness. Till here you can go. After that you cannot go. Then what do you do once you come to know that you are the witness? Tell me. Floor is open. When you come to be the witness, what is witness and what is ego or individual? Witness identified with body, breath, mind is called individuality. It goes through waking, dream, deep sleep, it goes through emotions, it goes to relationships, it goes to past and future. When through investigation we come to realize, even for a short moment, this fellow as if separates itself. Yeah man, I am the witness, I know all the thoughts coming, I know all the data coming and going. The moment you separate this feeling that I am observing everything that is coming and going, now no memories will be created in your mind. It's like a situation where you have put the switch off, but the fan is still going on. But there is no power behind the fan to keep increasing the speed. What will happen to the fan? It is still giving you breeze, but with every passing moment it is slowing down, isn't it? Same thing happens to our mind. The momentum is there because for so much time we are I am doing this, I have to do this, I have to do sadhana, I have to realize, I have to take the name of the Lord, I have to go to the temple, I have to do this, I have to go to satsang, I have to sleep. Everything, momentum is going on. But even for a fraction of a moment, you separate yourself at that very moment. Because of the previous momentum of identification, the body, breath, mind will continue. But if you keep maintaining this distance from body, breath, mind, the momentum starts collapsing, just like the fan. And this is exactly what happens when you go to sleep every night. You become attentive of the sleep, your identification with the mind and what you have to do, what you have not to do, your projects, your calls and everything you just leave aside. Why? Because your attention is on the sleep. And in that frame of mind, the mind starts, the thought starts collapsing, dissolving. You don't do anything. Urvarukam eva bandhanan mrityo mukshayamamrita. The thoughts automatically leave your mind without your will. You are not putting any efforts to remove the thoughts in the mind. So where is the question of discipline? Who asked the discipline? Someone asked. No need of discipline. Then every moment is the discipline. If at all you want to have the discipline, live every moment in awareness, as the witness, undisturbed, non-reactive. That in Bhagavad Gita is told as Sukha Dukkha Same Kritva Labha Labho Jaya Jayo Tato Yuddhaya Yadhasva. If you have a fight, because discipline is a fight, isn't it? We try and it doesn't happen. So what is the fight? What is the war that we have to fight? That we have to remain neutral in every situation. We have to remain untouched by every situation. Whether it be joys or sorrows, hunger or thirst, inside, outside, victory or defeat, praise or insult. At the level of body, the challenges that come to us is heat and cold, comfort, discomfort. Remain. If the electricity goes off, don't complain. Take it in the stride. When Swamiji was sitting in the plane, for 4 hours he was sitting in the plane didn't take off. Where? Bombay airport. Just now, Vidya also experienced something 1 hour. But one day, 4 hours, 6 hours it was. And he was sitting there, and other people are screaming this, that. He's got a window seat. And he's sitting. He's not drinking water, he's not talking, he's just in silence. And he told, after landing in Melbourne, he told, everyone was going around. They are screaming at the pilot, and they are not even. After 1 hour, at least they should take them out into the airport and put them in the AC. Plane is also not on. You are sweating inside. All the clothes became wet. But I was watching my mind, Swamiji says. Are we able to do a little bit like that? You are. You can. Whenever certain situations come, you will be able to do it. But that is not willful. That is not with awareness. It happens to you by mistake. We have to be in that disposition by consciously, by choice. See? So as this collapses slowly, as the momentum of the mind, momentum of the thoughts in the mind, they start collapsing. Why they are collapsing? Because this fellow is not identifying with them. Only when this I identifies with that, the momentum of thoughts, the speed increases. Which leads to what? If it is uncontrolled, it leads to what? Anxiety, depression, suicide. To avoid that, drinking, drugs. See? But if we at any time in your life, if you have started practicing this initially unknowingly, but when you start knowingly do it, you'll recognize that this was your natural position all the time. You didn't have to practice it after some time. I am always like that. Whether I like it or not, I am always like that. And as this collapses, the mind becomes silent, but you are still awake. So this is not being brought about chitta vritti nirodha. This is not being brought about by inert means. Inert means is yoga, pranayama, pratyahar, forceful exercises, willful exercises. This is being brought about by, what is the answer? Say loudly. With awareness, but this is being brought about with self-investigation. Or it can be brought about by japa sadhana. Vaikhari, madhyama, pashyanti, para. It will also do the same thing. Collapsation of the first, you replace all the thoughts with your japa mantra, And slowly, slowly from that japa mantra goes from Vaikhari to Madhyama, Madhyama to... If your attention is correct, if it is not objective, if your attention is what is the source of this mantra, then you will bypass Pashyanti. But if your attention is on the Lord, then you will go into Pashyanti. Then you will not go beyond. Then you will not go to Para. You go from Pashyanti, you will go to total Pashyanti. Total Pashyanti is the Avyakta. But you don't go to the Avyakta, unmanifest principle, you don't go to that. So this is the technology. It's that simple. It is not difficult. Did you find anything difficult in understanding what I just said? This is the crux of everything. Same thing is told through, you have to purify your mind. You should see green light, you should see red light, you should see amber light, then you see void, then you should see sun, then you should see Kundalini. So many lights. But there, where is our attention there? Objective, to see lights. Your attention is not on the subject matter, who you are. So with this background, we will enter into our text, swaroopanusandhanam. Repeat after me. Tapo yajna dana vishuddha buddhihi. Tapo yajna dana vishuddha buddhihi. Virakto nrupade pade tacha buddhya. Virakto nrupade pade tucha buddhya. Parityajya sarvam yadapnoti tattvam. Parityajya sarvam yadapnoti tattvam. Param brahma nityam tadevaham asmi. Param brahma nityam tadevaham asmi. This is the refrain. Parabrahma tattva nityam tad iva aham asmi. And what does that mean? That Parabrahma, I am that Parabrahma Paramatma, and that is my true identity, not anything else. And therefore, one attains that. How does he? Parityajya sarvam yadapnoti tattvam. He discards. Parityajya, tyajya, tyaga, you understand? Parityajya, fully. No, just like when you go to sleep. I'm not going to keep repeating this example. You understand that when you go to sleep, you have got no interest in the world. Your interest, all your energies, all your focus, all your thoughts, not even thought, your disposition is, I want to be absorbed into the sleep. That intensity, that disposition, can we have towards the tattva that we are? Apnoti, yada apnoti tattvam. So give up the world and attain the tattva that you essentially are. And how does this detachment from the worldly pleasures, which and where have these worldly pleasures come from? Because you have got detached from, you meaning me included, or I'm talking to my mind, that mind also included, has got detached from the self. It's not contemplative of the self. Therefore, it got attached to the world. And getting attached to the world, it started having memories of the world. When it has memories of the world, it has desires for the world. And when it has desires for the world, then he gets caught in the entanglement of the world. So here it says, that here tapo yajna dana bhi shuddha buddhi virakto nripade pade tuchha buddhya. So don't do tapasya, don't do yajna, don't do dana, adi, etc. Do it for shuddha buddhi. This is what I explained. This is how you bring about shuddha buddhi. But don't do all these tapasya, yajna, dan, etc. And be dispassionate temporarily and to gain name and fame in this world. देखो ये योगी पिछले 30 साल से एक पैर पे खड़ा है, Dekho, this yogi, he has not spoken for so many years. See, this yogi, nowadays there is one Dada Guru Bhagwan. You check YouTube. When we went to Narmada Parikrama this year, just 6 days we did. 2 days ahead of us, he was walking with 3,000 people doing Narmada Parikrama. He has not eaten food for 5 years. He only drinks Narmada water, Narmada Maiya water. And then when he was interviewed after whatever period he wanted to walk, and he was interviewed, he says, no, this is no miracle. You can also do it. I have no doubt that this Narmada Maiya is like my mother. Isn't a child when he is born, he only survives on water and the milk of the mother? What makes him grow? Does he eat any solid food? No. He gets the energy, maximum energy he expends when he is child, and then he is growing at the same time. He says, Narmada Maiya's water is for me like nectar. It nourishes me. See? Another person was there when I was in Badrinath. We were talking about Badrinath, and he is a Kotwal. Kotwal is a person who goes and invites all the Mahatmas when you want to sponsor a Bhandara. You can't go to every Mahatma and say, please come. It will take too much time. You don't even know which ashram they are living, which cave they are living, on which bank, which part of the bank of Gangaji they are sitting. So you tell him that I want so many Mahatmas to come for Bhandara, he'll go and invite them. So there was one person for 3-4 years, 4 times he went to Badrinath. He was there and he never used to speak. He has taken Maunam. Your understanding after listening to Swamiji is different Maunam. But he was physical Maunam. He will do all the job of Kotwal. He'll go and call everyone. You give a slip, they write a slip, they write the address, and whom you want to call, you give them, and they come. And after many, many years, before COVID, I went to Varanasi, and I was going with my friend, he is in charge of the ashram, and suddenly this fellow came in the ashram. That's where I had stayed for 6 months. He came and he is speaking at the speed of a machine gun. Why? 17 years he maintained Maunam in Badrinath and Varanasi. In summers he used to go to Badrinath, in winters he used to be in Varanasi. But 17 years he maintained silence. But unfortunately, he never did swaroopanusandhanam. Now as if he is taking revenge on everything. 17 years I did tapasya, that has gone into his head. I am a great person. Now he keeps talking. You can't make him stop. You have to run away from there. See? So cultivate dispassion with awareness and with this purified intellect. This purification of this and coming to being the witness. For this purpose, you do the yajna, dan, tapas, etc. Don't do it for name and fame. Because people will say, we also say, he is a great yogi. He is a great tapasvi. Someone is doing some miracles. Oh my God, Swami. All that is not equal to a great yogi. Any Tom, Dick, a lot of magicians can do more tricks than these fellows. They don't know, magicians know how they are doing it. Continuing, Dayalum Gurum Brahmanishtham Prashantam. Dayalum Gurum Brahmanishtham Prashantam. Samaradhya Bhaktya Vicharya Swarupam. Samaradhya Bhaktya Vicharya Swarupam. Yadapnoti Tattvam Nididhyasya Vidvan. यदाप्नोति तत्त्वं निदिध्यास्य विद्वान् परब्रह्म नित्यं तदेवाहमस्मि परब्रह्म नित्यं तदेवाहमस्मि. I am that Brahman whom a person reaches. Here the Brahman, person who has reached, the wise man, the Paramatma, the Brahman, if he could speak, he is speaking in this manner. What is that? I am that Brahman whom a person reaches as a result of deep intellectual investigation and inquiry. What is that? Inquiry and unbroken contemplation of oneself. Unbroken. What is unbroken contemplation? Taila dharavat. When you pour oil from a container, when it drops, there is gap between the drops. But when you pour oil, it can be a very thin, but it will be a continuous one. Isn't it? Just like that. Radha's contemplation on Krishna or remembrance of Krishna, Gopi's remembrance of Krishna, it was continuous, unbroken. Whatever they were doing, they were feeding their children, they were suckling their child, they were serving their husbands, they were washing their clothes, they were sweeping the house, but their heart was continuously in tune with Krishna, 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 Krishna. And they are living in that expectation that he is going to call now. He has told them that after 1 year on Sharad Purnima, I will call you. Or on other days, when that young baby Krishna used to go with the cows and calves to the forest, they were all eagerly waiting for that young Krishna to come. And those mothers were eagerly waiting for Krishna to come and do the pranks and eat the butter from their house, and they will scold him. And in that there was the joy, that they will go and complain to his mother. Are we that eagerly waiting to be with the Parabrahma, Paramatma Tattva that we are? Or we have taken it, I am still healthy, I got still responsibilities, the child is still in year 10, year 12, I got, अभी तो थोड़ा time और मजा ले लेते हैं, and yeah, I'm going to satsangs, I'm going to classes, I'm learning Sanskrit, but doing it full time 24/7, I think, no, let more years pass by, then I'll do it. That should not be. एक बार करके खत्म करो यार. You understood what I said? Conquer it once and for all. Dissolve into it once and for all. Because every time you stop and start, you have to again rebuild the momentum. And you are already 1 week old, 1 month old, 1 year old, 10 years old, and still you are stopping and starting, stopping and starting, stopping and starting. And every time you stop and start, you have to start again from the bottom. Yes, because you have done it so many times, for some level it will come very quickly. But after that, then again their hard struggle comes because you think you have to achieve something. See? So build it up as we were at her place. Whose place? Her place. And she said, Swamiji, genuine question. She said, Swamiji, we are not able to follow discipline. We are not able to get up in the morning. We are not able to chant regularly. We are not able to contemplate regularly. We are not able to do japa regularly. We are not able to go to satsangs regularly. It requires discipline. And my answer to her that time was, this morning only, after breakfast, that you know this is the problem that not only I am facing, everyone is facing, isn't it? You observe that around you, everyone is in the same boat. Some less, some more. Some travel with Swamiji, so they, for that time it is a hunky-dory. You come back, again the mind is everywhere. Me also, I travel with him 5 weeks every year. It's bliss. After that, I take it for granted he's coming next year also. For what disposition I had many years ago when he started coming, and now as the years have passed and where I am today with the same white beard, nahi yaar, what's the difference between him and me? That's true. Conscious level, he and me is the same, not at physical level. But we take it for granted. We stop being alert till he asks a question, or he prods you, or he teases you, or he challenges you in some way. And that time, if you react, you have lost the plot. Again, you have to start. See? So we all know that this discipline is very hard to come by. Every year we make a New Year resolution only to break. Few days. When I was young, my Upanayanam was done in Tirupati. And with great enthusiasm, I came back home and I'm going to do it. How many days I must have done Gayatri Mantra? 1 week maximum. After that, I was more busy thinking when my hair will grow. And this katori which was there, because school was going to start in 3 weeks' time. And this is not normal. And I stopped. See? So we all know that we are not able to do anything with consistency. So is there a way that we can manipulate the mind, negotiate with the mind, that it remembers the divine in and through every activity rather than force it to do some practice? Is it possible? Do you have to put efforts to think about your children? No. Do you have to put efforts to think about when hunger is going to come? No. Do you have to put efforts to think why the clearance hasn't happened in the morning? No. If it doesn't happen, then there is a problem. If food doesn't come, then you start thinking. So why do you think? But it's natural. Naturally, you are continuously, why you are thinking about your children all the time? By default, because you have hooked onto it. Your mind has hooked onto it. So have we hooked on to anusandhanam? Have we hooked on to the self in spite of our relations and positions? Have we hooked on to this thought that the relations, possessions, the past, the present, the future, all the variety that is there, it is nothing but the divine? Have we created, or are we still thinking, I have to do something in order to change my disposition? I have to do something for a transformation of the vision. I have to do something, and as long as you keep thinking, I have to do something, I have to do something, I have to do something, that which you are will seem as if it is very far away. It's very at a distance. My God, I don't think in this life I will be able to achieve it. We all get that type of thought, isn't it? But the truth, when you come to class, then I am already that. But when you go out of the class, oh, what I have to do? I have to study, I have to do japa, I have to do that. I have to. And thus we create a whirlpool in our mind, and we get caught up in that whirlpool, and then we go, Guru, help! And then suddenly some Swami comes in your life, some satsang comes, or your regular satsang happens, suddenly you remember again everything. Yeah, I am that. Again you become okay. And the moment you wear your chappals again and go out of this place, again slowly the world takes over. It's only because we are not convinced. We are more convinced that we are the body. We are not convinced that we are the conscious principle. So here, Brahman is speaking. I am that Brahman. When a person reaches or attains or dissolves or realizes or recognizes, this is just a language of poetry. You have to take it in the right spirit. It's not reaching means you have to walk somewhere and reach. It's already reached. You are already there. And what does he say? Dayalum Gurum Brahmanishtam Prashantam. This is attained when you approach a teacher who is Dayalu, who is compassionate. Gurum Brahmanishtam Prashantam. There are acharyas, there are professors of Vedanta. So many people are going to university and studying Vedanta, studying Nyaya, studying logic, etc., etc. Nothing is going to happen. You have to go to a Brahmanistha Guru. Acharya, who is Acharya? Who is Acharya? I'm asking. Huh? Say loudly, I can't hear with this. Acharya can be Sanskrit Acharya also. Acharya can be a carpenter teacher also. They used to call them also Acharya. Anyone who is very good at what he is doing and is able to teach and is practicing in his life, he is Acharya. Who is Brahmanistha, Brahmavid Purusha? There are many professors who teach Vedanta but they don't know what Vedanta is. That they are the Vedanta, ultimate. They speak about it. They write books about it, but they don't know that they are that. So, who is this Brahmanistha, Brahmanishtam Prashantam? Who is this Brahmanistha Guru? He who is established in the truth. And Brahmavid, he who is well versed with the scriptures and is able to communicate to the students in the right manner. That ability is also there. Many gurus, many yogis, many Mahatmas, the truth has clicked to them, sometimes by grace, but they have never studied scriptures. So they say, come, I'll put you in samadhi. They can put you in samadhi. But you ask them, explain, they can't explain because no vocabulary is not there. So Brahmavid is a person who is able to communicate also, who is able to guide also, who is able to, and he is able to do that because he is himself established in it. So we must approach. You can learn from us in satsangs once a year. But whenever a Brahmanistha Purusha, you even hear about it, you must try and get the sanidhya of that person. Whether he teaches with his speech or whether he teaches Maunam Vyakyat Prakatita Parabrahma Tattvam Yovanam, or he teaches with silence. Be in that person's presence. You will be nourished beyond and you will be nourished more than you can ever nourish yourself by your practices. Why? He is already established. You can put all the lights of the world. China has created a source of light which is as bright as the sun or even more brighter. But it is not sun. It is not nourishing. It is artificial light. So you can collect all the lights of the world and say, I am in the middle of light. You can study all the scriptures, but just being in the presence, being in the sanidhya of a Brahmanistha Guru Maharaj is more fulfilling, more nourishing, more impactful than all your efforts put together. So never miss a chance. And by Swamiji's grace, we are talking at our house, Bhagwati Amma, Maharishi Punitacharya ji, Akhandanand Maharaj, Belsare Maharaj, Balsekar Maharaj, Nisargadatta Maharaj. By Swamiji's grace, we have met so many Mahatmas. Every person he used to, while we were in Bombay, every person he used to by mistake tell about him in the course, me and two others. We, in the weekend, Swamiji used to go somewhere to give lectures. We will vanish from the ashram and we'll go and find that Mahatma. We have done our due diligence before. We'll find that Mahatma and we will go there. And one day we went into one, he told us that there is one Sai Baba devotee and Sundaram, and in his room, I go there, and this Sai Baba Jayanti, he got a shivling, and he got us, Baba came and told him in the dream that this shivling is for Paramananda. Now, this was enough. Same weekend, me and this through, we went to see this place. We found out where this place was, went there, took a auto or bus or whatever, whichever way, we reached there. And Sundaramji was there and he was showing from the wall, the padukas are coming, from here this coming, from there kumkum coming. On that day, the whole statue of Shirdi Sai Baba had manifested. It was almost 3/4 out of the wall, 1/4 still in the wall. And he said, I will just go and bring some prasad for you. And then we were supposed to leave. Suddenly we find Anubhavanji coming, getting out of the car downstairs. Bhago! But where? We can't scream. Suddenly, quickly, we went in and said, Sir, Hanumanji is coming. We are his disciples. We told you already, but he is coming. Don't tell him that we have come here. And now where to go? Because if we go inside his rooms, if Swamiji comes for breakfast there, then what do we do? So we climbed up to the terrace, but the terrace door was locked. But there is some parapet wall, so we just hid there. Swamiji came, went in, spoke to Sundaram, and we are sweating here. Because when he will come out, we don't know. So we can't even take the risk of coming out, because if he comes out and he reaches down and we are running, all three brahmacharis pulling their lungi up and running to catch the bus. It's not. So eventually he went, and then we came down, he gave us the nectar, tirtham and everything. And then next day itself in the class, without taking our names and without very subtly, he said, some brahmacharis do this type of mischief. And we knew, head down, we didn't look into his eyes. So, point here is, Brahman is saying that you come to me, you reach me, you dissolve into me, you come to recognize me only under the tutelage of a Brahmanistha Guru. Not a one who is doing siddhis, not a one who is doing abnormal things in his life, but a Brahmanistha Guru. Continuing with this, because he is continuously rejoicing in the self. And when you are in, just like when we want to go, when we seek friends, we want to be in company of happy people. Why? Because they are already happy. And if for some reason we are down for some reason, okay, you call that person, or you want to be in that company of the person, and the moment you go there, your mood changes. Similarly, the moment you are in the company of a Brahmanistha Guru, your disposition from being that I am somebody to I am nobody with awareness, it automatically happens. Try that with Anubhavanji when he comes. Yadananda Rupam Prakasha Swarupam, Yadananda Rupam Prakasha Swarupam, Nirasta Prapancham Paricheda Hinam, Sasta Pancham Paricheda Hinam, Aham Brahma Vrityeka Gamyam Turiyam, Aham Brahma Vrityeka Gamyam Turiyam, Param Brahma Nityam Tadevahamasmi. Brahma Tad Nityam Tadevahamasmi. The one that is blissful, luminous, beyond the worldly nature, indivisible and known only through the reflective statements. No, I want to discover my truth. In these modern kids, modern parents also, those who have suddenly come into the self-enquiry mode, they want to study Sanskrit, they want to study the scriptures, and they want to come to know the truth by their study. But scriptures, it's never said Pathanam Mananam Nididhyasanam. It is said what? Shravanam Mananam Nididhyasanam. You have to listen to the scriptures. How you have to listen to the scriptures? Like you are doing right now. See? Not on YouTube also. Because YouTube is digital, but it's better than nothing. And that's why we are saying that the company of a Brahmanishta Purusha, physical company, where you and your mind and your whole being is available to be scanned by the Guru Maharaj. All you need is one look by him. For some people who are available, it is enough for a complete transformation. That type of availability you must cultivate within yourself. Swamiji will come every year. Other Mahatmas will also come. But are we available? Or are we available into only making 10 different dishes for breakfast? He will eat only one. We believe in variety. Make one or two, that's enough. But keep your mind empty. Be available. Be expectant. Here don't look. No. We should not expect anything. We should not desire. No, here when you are in the company of the Brahmanishta Purush, you must expect that now the transformation is going to happen. Now he will look. Now I will touch his feet and I will be gone. When I touched first time after 5 days, I got the opportunity to stand sitting in queue every day. And Sai Baba came and stood in front of me. Satya Sai Baba. And some crowd came from behind. I was with my eyes closed. I closed my eyes. For 5 days I was thinking, I want darshan, I want darshan, I want darshan, I want Pad Namaskar. On the last day when I was supposed to leave, I said, Baba, I am leaving today, man. You are not coming and giving me Ashirwad. But and then I sat down quietly with my eyes closed, thinking that he is not going to come. And the thought that was going on was, yeah, I just finished my 2 years Vedanta course. I understand all this even better than all these thousands of people who are sitting there. They deserve me more than I do. And that made me content at that very moment. The moment I became content, he came and stood in front of me. No desire in my mind. And I looked up. Such a short fellow. In my mind is going on. Then my attention went to his feet. Left foot was out. I said, Baba, if you want to show complete, take one, show me the other foot also. Then he put the right foot. The moment I said, the right foot came forward. So he came close to me, one step closer. Now what to do? Everyone is screaming, don't touch, don't do Namaskar, don't do this. Behind the crowd came and I hugged his feet like this. He could have fallen. But in that moment, I became, by His grace, I became available. Mind became, time stopped. No thoughts. How long, I don't know. Then he moved his toe. I came back. With Ammachi also something similar happened to me. Not touching, but she said, go and sit there. I was sitting there, watching her, looking at her. She showed me all her different forms. You are in meditation. Savikalpa meditation. So don't make yourself available. And how do you make yourself available? Do japa. Don't doubt that you are the Satchidanand Swaroop. Take everything else, all your roles, all your responsibilities, all your duties, take it in the stride. Don't make them into a challenge. Don't think that they are difficulty. Don't think if all this is there, therefore I am not being spiritual. All this is a wrong approach. Everything is divine. And so here he says, I am that Brahman which is superior to all. Is that? No. The one that is blissful, luminous, beyond the worldly nature, indivisible, and known only through the reflective statements such as Aham Brahmasmi, which is the supreme stage above all and eternal as Brahman, I am that. And this becomes very self-evident. These type of thoughts naturally come to you when you are in front of masters. Provided we are not comparing them with other masters. Provided we are not judging. Provided we are not considering them only to be the body. Provided we are listening to them. He's answering someone, he is not answering someone. He is giving attention to someone, he is not giving. Why is Swamiji doing that? That is not your business. Like Buddha, he was sitting and one person came to him, oh great one, God is there, no? He says, see the way he asked the question, God is there, no? He said, yes, God is there. That boy was, because Buddha was not, Murti Puja vagare nahi tha. But when he asked, God is there, he said yes. He was satisfied that Buddha also believes that God is there. He went away, satisfied. After some time, another person came. There is no God. He said, yeah, there is no God. He also got satisfied, went away. Ananda, his younger cousin brother or younger brother, he was standing behind. He said, great one, for one you said God is there, another one you said God is not there. You are being a hypocrite. He says, was that your question? If it was not your question, shut up. Who asked you to listen to those questions? Who asked you to listen to those questions? Be truthful to yourself. They came genuinely and asked, and that they got their satisfaction and went away. And you are information collector, and you are my right hand. See? So our attention, where does maturity come? Where does wisdom come? Only in this complete, doubt-free acceptance, Aham Brahmasmi. And this gets concretized. It becomes even more firm when we are in the presence of scriptures, when we are studying. But it gets consolidated deeply when we are in the company of masters. And if you can't remember masters, and if you are finding, there is a famine of masters, nobody coming, 2-3 times a year someone comes, rest of the year there is nobody here, what do I do? Sri Vidya, I gave you one photograph with 158, send it to all of them. There is a buffet there. You choose one. Because if this creation is a projection of your mind, in the same projection these masters are also there. Remember, they will come and guide. They are all Brahmanishna gurus in that picture. Because we will make the difference inside and outside, dream and waking. But from Mandukya Upanishad, waking and dream, both are dream only. Both are dream. And if you are sincerely looking, masters will come and give you darshan. But don't seek it. In dream also they come and give you darshan. Physically also they will come. In dream also they will come. Continuing. Yadajnanato bhati vishwam samastam. Bhati vishwam samastam. Venashtam cha sadyo yadatma prabodhe विनष्टं च सद्यो यदात्मप्रबोधे मनोवागतीतं विशुद्धं विमुक्तं मनोवागतीतं विशुद्धं विमुक्तं परं ब्रह्म नित्यं तदेवाहमस्मि परं ब्रह्म नित्यं तदेवाहमस्मि. I am that Brahman which is superior to all. Brahman is speaking. And if a realized master is speaking in this language, like Nisarga Datta Maharaj used to say, I am that. You can't refute him. We ask, is this Swamiji a self-realized master? But no miracles happen in his presence. Is that fellow a realized master? No, I think he's less realized than this fellow. We go into this type of discussions. How can you, who are thinking through finite mind, finite thoughts, finite knowledge, ever come to know the infinite? It can be only your judgment. And that's why I said in one or two verses before, you should have do not judge the master. Just accept for what he is. Don't be too familiar to the master. Otherwise, familiarity breeds contempt. You will start seeing faults in him. Every person has faults. But where are those faults? They are faults at body level, faults at mental level, faults at habit level, faults at communication level. But at Atmic level, there are no faults. He is not affected by his faults. Why are you judging him for his faults? Then you will not be benefited. So here he says, I am that Brahman which is superior to all, the eternal consciousness, blemishless and unbounded, which cannot be comprehended by one's mind. Yato vacho nivartante aprapya manasa saha, aprapya manasa saha. Mind can only think with finite thoughts. That reality is beyond finitude, it's infinite. You can look at the sky which is infinite, but you don't know what sky is. You cannot put it in, this is the parameter of the sky. Then what word do we use? Infinite. We use it regularly, isn't it? But do you know what infinite means? Have you had an experience of infinite? Oh, I see the sky is infinite. But how far the sky extends in all directions, have you seen? So you just imagining that infinite means limitless, ananta. So mind cannot conceptualize the infinite. If this is true, then a sant, a mahatma, a brahmanishta purush who's coming into your life, by his own, you didn't invite, they came. They come. Accept them to be infinite. Don't judge them. Don't see them through your egoistical eyes that, and come to some conclusion. For infinite, there is no conclusion. Same attitude we should have towards Mahatmas also. No conclusion. And so it cannot be comprehended by one's mind and speech, and by realization of whose conscious and blissful nature all the superimposed creation and the byproduct of ignorance vanishes. What is the byproduct of ignorance? Avidya, non-comprehension of the reality, the consciousness that I am. When I am forgetful of my own essential nature, then what happens? What is the baby born? Kama, desire is born. And from the kama, what grandchild is born? Karma is born. And when you do karma, you collect memories, your attention is on the results. If the results are karma phala is there, karma phala keeps you in the loop of birth and death, birth and death, birth and death. Get out of it. Get out of it. Birth and death loop is also a working theory. It is not true. It is not possible. But if you think it is possible, that it is happening to you, Just understand. Just now did I not tell you that body is changing by itself, you are not making it change. Blood is flowing by itself, you are not making it flow. Food is digesting itself, you are not making it digest. Hunger is coming, but you are not making the hunger come. Breath is moving by itself, you are not making it come in or go out. Correct? It's all happening. Thoughts are coming and going, you are not making them happen. When you make them happen, you become troubled. Why did I get this thought? So eyes are blinking, eyes are seeing, ears are hearing, everything is happening. Every movement of breath, movement of body, movement of thought. What is movement called in Sanskrit? Huh? Chalanam. Kriya. Kriya means movement. Correct? And what is karma? Is it movement? In karma, are you putting, I have to put efforts. Am I doing karma? Yeah. If I am identified with what I am saying. So what is the difference between karma and kriya? Kriya is movement. Movement with ownership is called karma. Kriya with karta combined is equal to karma. Kriya phal is also there, karma phal is also there. Karma phala is binding, it will keep you in the loop of reincarnation. Kriya phal is non-binding. So what do the masters experience? They experience kriya phal. But it's not binding because there is no I. In our case, there is I have to do, I have to realize, I have to achieve, I have to do contemplation, I have to do. Drop everything, just start flowing. A river is continuously flowing. If a mountain comes, she cuts through it over a period of time and she doesn't even realize that I have cut it. She's just interested in one thing. What? I have to reach my beloved. In that, nothing is an obstacle. No, oh my God, such a big mountain is coming. Now what do I do? And start collecting the water there. She keeps flowing. She finds some way. In us also, our disposition should be such. Rather than do this, do that, karma. But when you are flowing, nature will support you. Nature will guide you. Masters will come into your life. In your dream or in your physical life, they will come. Where answers come from, that's not your concern. Then that leaf, that mala blowing in the breeze, that can teach you. Just like Dattatreya Maharaj, listen to my talk on Datta Jayanti of this year. 24 gurus. He learned from a Vaishya, he learned from 5 elements, he learned from a kapota, he learned from a snake. Meaning, wherever our attention goes, are we available for the learning? Are we available to the teaching that nature is giving us at any given moment? Or are we, nahi, ye kaise ho sakta hai, ye nahi ho sakta. I want it only my way. So, here he is saying that that this avidya kama karma, once we come to know, once we contemplate on the self, their impact will start dissolving. Avidya, kama, karma. Take another, these 3 as that. First it was gross body, subtle body, causal body. Now it is avidya, kama, karma. Avidya is the cause of kama. Kama is the cause of karma. Now what we want to do? We want to continue the karma, but we separate from it, from the karma. Immediately that karma becomes kriya. No impressions formed, no memories formed. You are just watching. When you are identified, memories will be formed. When you are watching, no memories formed. If we do practice that for some extended period of time, then the number of desires that are getting prompted from inside, that also becomes less. And a point will come, just like every night, in spite of so many duties, responsibilities, every night your mind becomes empty. This becomes genuinely empty forever. Meaning, you get into samadhi. Then there is another stage after that, that how I turn it into a sahaj bhav, going through day in and day out, through in and through all my activities, but not affected by the activities. How do you not get affected by the activities? By not taking ownership. How do you not take ownership? Remain aware, remain alert, not towards the activity, remain alert towards the tattva. And at any time, some free time is there, or some moments are there. Aham Brahmasmi, Aham Brahmasmi, Aham Brahmasmi. If you can't do Aham Brahmasmi, chant Om. And when some satsang period comes, go for satsang. Mahatmas come, go to Mahatmas. Keep the momentum going, without stress, without strain. When we are attentive towards the self, the whole nature supports such a person to realize the self, come to the destination. The whole nature. And that is the reason why Mahatmas have come into your life, satsang has come into your life, scriptures have come into your life, interest in this, all these three have come into your life. In Vidya's house there is one lady. She doesn't come out and do namaskar to any Mahatma. There are many people like that. Mahatma, husbands will come, drop their wife to the satsang, but they will not enter the satsang. Many are there. They want their children to go and attend classes, but they will not attend Bhagavad Gita class. नहीं, Swami ji, बच्चों को संस्कार should go. What about you? They don't want to expose themselves. नहीं, अभी हम, what is your age? I'm 45. I'm 62. You are saying you are getting old, then what am I? At 45, 40, they are saying I'm getting old. It is for children, not for us. Not that attitude is not helpful. Continuing, अवस्था त्रयातीत में कर लिया हमने? नहीं, ये नहीं किया. Continuing, 6th verse. निषेधे कृते नेति नेतीति वाक्यैः निषेधे कृते नेति नेतीति वाक्यैः समाधिस्थितानां यदा भाति पूर्णं समाधिस्थितानां यदा भाति पूर्णम् अवस्थात्रयातीतमेकं तुरीयम् अवस्थात्रयातीतमेकं तुरीयं परं ब्रह्म नित्यं तदेवाहमस्मि परं ब्रह्म नित्यं तदेवाहमस्मि. I am that Brahman who is superior to all, the one without a second, and the one who is comprehended by yogis immersed in the state of samadhi as splendorous effulgence, and who is identified by the negative statements of the Upanishads, such as not this, not this, not this. We have already worked on it. First stage of the sadhana according to Shankaracharya and Upanishads is neti neti. To straight away have a inclusion for some people. I'm not saying for Kashmiri Shaivism, there is no neti neti. Everything is Parabrahma Paramatma. Everything is Ishvara. When you read Amritanubhav, it is like that. Kashmiri Shaivism, it's like that. Nath Sampradaya, everything is the Divine Lord. But Shankaracharya Paddhati, he has noticed, he has watched people. So, what is the best way? First, everything that is changing is not real. That is the discrimination. Vivek Chodamani says, Vivek, Vairagya, Shatka Sampatti, Mumukshutvam. So, what is Vivek? Vivek is between the constant and the changing. Keep discriminating. What is the? I already went through that before. So whatever is changing, don't give it value. Don't give it attention. Give attention to that which is constant. So compared to the relationships, father, mother, daughter, sister, this body is the constant. With reference to the body, the mind and the senses, the mind is the constant. With reference to the thoughts, the I is the constant. With reference to the changing I, the consciousness is the constant. Come back to yourself. After that, don't keep questioning. Who is with reference to the consciousness, What is the constant? That is the constant. That I am. Full stop. Don't stretch it beyond more than required. So here he says that those yogis, what does a yogi mean? Who is a what does yoga mean? To unite, isn't it? Yujyate iti yoga. So to unite is to be in yoga. So what are we uniting? The individuality with the absolute. Individuality is to be united with the absolute. When we use this word unite, it is also a misnomer. How can wave unite with the ocean? It is already the part and parcel of the ocean. How can a wave unite with the absolute waters? It is already water. See? But then this language is told to the dull one, that you start from somewhere, man. At least start seeking. If you want contentment in life, if you want bliss in life, if you want to be free of this miseries in life, you have to start somewhere. And and when we do that, when we wean our attention away from the world and fix it towards the self, then, as I told you, there is samadhi. What does samadhi means? Dhi means intellect. Sama means equanimity. Intellect becomes equanimity. What did we say intellect is about? I thought. That is where the reflected consciousness appears. So before it was swaying with everything that was illuminating the reflected consciousness. It was swaying with just like when the moon is shining on the ocean, you see you cannot see the orb of the moon. Why? So many waves are there. And so the full reflection of the moon seems as if it is broken up and appears as sparkles, isn't it? Exactly the same way. Moon is the reflected consciousness, the waves are the thoughts. With every thought, that sparkle is the I. That sparkle is the I. See? So recognize that you are not that. That is just a phenomena going on at the level of the mind. You've got nothing to do with it. It's happening, whether you like it or not. So initially, for such people who have, by whatever means, that's why Naga Babas take dam, mind calms down. In Tantra, they drink alcohol, mind calms down. Alcohol is not taken for as an intoxication. Alcohol is taken so that the mind calms down and they remain aware. See? In Aghori Tapasya, they sit on the shower and put the food in the mouth of that skull, which is with full of maggots and everything, and they take that food when all it's stinking and putrefying, and they put it in their mouth. If there is, what did I do just now? If that thought comes, they will continue the sadhana. They have to remain completely disturbance proof. Samadhi means completely disturbance proof. But before you come to this nirvikalpa samadhi, where you are completely disturbance proof, there are two penultimate steps. One is just below the nirvikalpa samadhi is shabdanuvit savikalpa samadhi, and below that is drishyanuvit savikalpa samadhi. So, because this world is a name and forms, we take Lord in the name and form, or we remember Him, and by focusing on the form of the Lord, we can, many times it can happen to you also, that you are looking at it and you become undisturbed. You don't know what is going on around, and you can be in tune with the form of the Lord. And your eyes may be open, eyes may be closed, doesn't matter. One person, when I was doing that sadhana in Badrinath, one person was there. He was sitting on the where when you come down the steps, there is a platform. He was sitting and looking at the arch, the gate of Badrinath. Eyes are open. He sat there for 8 hours without blinking his eyes. Tears were rolling away. Body, he started like this, body became straighter and straighter and straighter and straighter. Willful. So, all this, I want to see Lord, I want to have darshan of the Lord. It is willful, it is desire. Let him come, you do what is required to be done, chant his name joyfully. Then next, from the form, because it's the quality of fire element, the name, whose quality it is? Space. Space is subtler than fire. Correct? So, the next, with the chanting the name, if you do Vaikari Madhyama Pashyanti Para, automatically you will go into Samadhi. If your attention is that I have to merge into the source where the name is coming from, it will happen. These are all in between steps. Before actually Samadhi, Nirvikalpa happens, this happens. Like I was sitting in his car, we were going somewhere, and when we went to the temple with Appa Amma, and I was there. You guys fed me so much breakfast, and I was already feeling sleepy. And as I am feeling sleepy, whenever I feel sleepy, I take opportunity, and I started chanting Hari Om Tat Sat Jai Guru Datta Hari Om Tat Sat. So mind is going towards sleep, mouth is chanting the name of the Lord. If I had not chanted the name of the Lord, I would have gone to sleep. But because I was chanting, it was a wakeful sleep. And any time I came out of that avastha, automatically the mantra was beginning. But it was mantra, that is Shabdanu with Savikalpa. Savikalpa with a thought. Then when your attention is on the source of that thought, it will lead to Nirvikalpa. Because the source is not something. Source is the self. Source is the consciousness. That consciousness, I am. Because your attention is not, acha, kahan se shabd aa raha hai? Arey, your attention is on the shabd that your mouth is chanting, or your mind is now repeating, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. Where is this coming from? Where is it originating from? Where is it concluding and merging back into? Just like if you focus on wave, you will enjoy the waves. But if you focus on the big origin or the dissolution of the wave, you will understand it's all water. Same way it happens here, and you go into Samadhi, Nirvikalpa, no thought. Then the next question is, how do we make it into Sahaja Samadhi? I have already told you in the beginning, but that is the system here. Continuing, now I'll take the next three verses very quickly. Already time, 1 hour, 18 minutes. Yadanandaleshai samanandi vishwam. Yadanandaleshai samanandi vishwam. Yada bhati tat sattve tada bhati sarvam. Sarve tada bhasi sarvam. Yada lokane rupam manyat samastam. Yada lokane rupamanyat samastam. Param Brahma Nityam Tadevahamasmi. Param Brahma Nityam Tadevahamasmi. I am that eternal Brahman whose infinite, in one tiny part of bliss is this world. In our Puran, Vishnu Puran, it is told that Narayana, where is there it is given in the shlokas. I don't remember the shlokas, but I remember reading it, that the whole creation, whole Srishti, not in the mouth, that was shown to Yashoda. But Narayana we are talking about, not Krishna. Narayana, it is one dot, one pinprick on the right toenail of Narayana. That is the status of the whole Srishti with reference to Narayana. What does it mean? It does not exist only. And that is reflecting in every aspect of creation. You take any atom, those who are science students, take any atom. What is there? Neutron, electron, proton. How much emptiness is there in each atom and how much mass of these three put together is there? Any atom you take, if there are 10 electrons or 15 electrons or two protons or 5 protons, whatever, but their mass of all the electrons, protons and neutrons is equal to, with reference to the space that is there in this atom, is that dot on the Narayana's foot. What is the status of this whole creation, galaxies, everything with reference to the space? Infinitesimal. Actually not there only. Because out of space came air, fire, water, earth. From space point of view, there is nothing like creation. Just like from sun's point of view, there is nothing like sun rays. From water's point of view, there is nothing like ocean and waves. Similarly, here from the absolute point of view, there is nothing called totality and individuality. Then why are we studying it? Because you think you are an individual. And as long as you think you are an individual, we have to give you some way to get out of this entanglement that you have created. So we explain to you karma and kriya. So also the totality has been, the idea of totality is presented, God is presented, so that you believe that there is something higher to achieve. There is swarga, there is this loka, that loka. See? At least raise your bar, not live like worse than an animal. Even animal eat only when they are hungry. We whole day. They get up with the Brahma Murta every day. All the birds, all the animals. We Kumbhakaran. Till afternoon we'll sleep. Every bird gets up in the morning, finds some water, takes a shower. Human beings, after breakfast, they take shower. Right or wrong? No names, no names. So in this way, I am that eternal Brahman. Where are we? This one. We chanted this one, na? By whose existence all the objects become known and by whose vision all other get their forms. So I am that Brahman. And just like sun rays are the vibhuti of the sun, glory of the sun, correct? That's one way of putting it. From sun's point of view, there is no sun rays. But when we look at it, how we should relate to it? That we have never seen sun without sun ray. So what is that sun ray? Which is an inseparable effulgence of the sun. Exactly the same way. Exactly the same way. This entire creation of waking, dream and deep sleep, this entire creation of past, present, future, this entire creation of individuality and totality, it's the vibhuti of this self. When you take it like that, then we call it vibhuti of the Ishvara. And our mind expands. In one go it will expand. And don't cancel it then. Oh, but, no but. This is what it is. This is how it is. This is what the scriptures are saying. This is what those who have realized this, to such people we call them as saints and sages. They were also born through wombs of mothers like you and me. They only changed their attitude towards everything. Rather than looking at the outside and considering it to be real, they looked inside and they found the source, swaroopanusandhanam. That's the name. And they investigated and found that, hey, Eureka, I am the source. I am the source. From me, this whole creation has emanated. And that example is in the dream, out of your mind only the whole space, air, fire, water, earth, human beings, animals, plants, killers, saints and sages, everyone is projected by your mind in the dream. Past, present, future is projected by your mind in the dream. How is it done? It doesn't happen slowly. Boom, the moment dream begins. Same way when you wake up in the morning, boom, you open your eyes, the whole world is there. And that is the truth. You are the source. And if I am the source, then will I manipulate the world? No. If you are the source, you are in and through everything. You are the nimitta upadan karan. And if you are everything, why do I need to manipulate myself for myself? I don't need to. I'll accept everyone as they are. Because it's me only. It's only 5 elements only. I am also 5 elements. They are also 5 elements. But in this process of contemplation, the mind expands. Then it is not my mind. It is not my body of the crystallization. The crystallized individuality melts. And as the crystallized individuality melts, just like a ice cube, when it melts, it becomes water. The surface area of water is much larger than the surface area of a cube, ice cube. And the surface area of a water vapor is even more. That's exactly what is happening to you if your mind is becoming single pointed, if your individuality is melting, and our goal should be keep melting away, keep dissolving away. Consciously, unconsciously, make it such a find in yourself some way to, and these are the different ways, but you can keep discovering every moment like Dattatreya Maharaj. Keep dissolving away. And you will become aware where ego is coming up, where and initially it will come, you will recognize after 1 week or maybe after 1 year. And as you keep this practice, then the lag period keeps becoming less and less. And next time, the moment the ego is coming up, how does it come up? Kama, krodha, lobha, moha, mada, matsarya. That is its expression in the negative way. Or I am Tismar Khan. That is another way. But the moment it comes, you catch it. And when you catch it, you disown it. Because you have caught it. Suddenly, the moment you know that it is coming up, without a delay. Because some moments are there. Unknowingly you become attached. Now we have done enough practice that and if some very powerful emotion is coming or powerful reaction is coming for whatever reason, immediately we are able to detach ourselves. Not because I have to detach, because we have practiced it and that has become our default setting. And in this way, by whose existence all the objects become known and by whose vision all others get their form. Sahasra Shirsha Purusha Sahasraksha Sahasrapad. And it is because of this self that all objects are appearing. It is this self as Chit that everything is known, and it is this bliss which is the glory, the vibhuti, the shakti. And that shakti, because we don't understand it, we have never experienced the self at the moment, even though we are that. So our example is given: Shiva, Parvati. Shiva is the Purusha, Shakti is his vibhuti, and she expands and contracts. Shiva doesn't do anything. Understood? Understood. Apply it on yourself. Atma doesn't do anything. The mind expands and collapses. It manifests as waking and dream and collapses at deep sleep. Same thing is going on. Make it your own knowledge. Not only leave it in the book. And books are writing only what is happening to you all the time. Every day. There is nothing given in the scriptures that you are not already experiencing, including Nirvikalpa Samadhi. You are experiencing it right now. These few seconds that I stopped talking just now, you are in nirvikalpa. You are awake, you are aware, there are no thoughts in your mind. Expose yourself to this again and again and again and again. फिर देखो जीने का मजा. Then you are happy for no reason. Continuing. Anantam vibhum sarvayonim niriham. Anantam vibhum sarvayonim niriham. Shivam sangahinam yadonkara gamyam. Shivam sangahinam yadonkara gamyam. निराकारमत्युज्ज्वलं मृत्युहीनं निराकारमत्युज्ज्वलं मृत्युहीनं परं ब्रह्म नित्यं तदेवाहमस्मि परं ब्रह्म नित्यं तदेवाहमस्मि. I am that supreme Brahman who is limitless, all pervasive, free from doubts and desires, the most auspicious, unbound, who is in the purport of Pranava, formless, luminous and indestructible. Pranava, Om. Just simple exercise. Many people are confused which mantra to chant. Chant Om. It includes all mantras because it is the source of all alphabets. All alphabets put together is Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama. Different alphabets put together is Om Namah Shivaya. Alphabets put together is Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, or Hari Om Tat Sat Jai Guru Tat. It's all different alphabets put together. And sometimes mind or ego, not wanting to be dissolved, still wanting to maintain its credibility. At this level also, it's ready to confuse you. Sometimes it brings this mantra, sometimes it's that mantra, and then you get confused. Which one should I chant? My guru gave me this mantra, but I love chanting this mantra. Swamiji, what do we do? Then there's only, this nobody taught me, but I was going through this. And by my own conclusion, because this much I had read in Amar Chitra Katha, Om is the source. And I came to conclusion, Om is the source. सब मंत्रों को छोड़ो, ओम को पकड़ लो. Chant Om. And Om, if you chant Om with Om, we chant Om, isn't it? If your attention is on O, then you will conquer the waking and dream world. If your chanting attention is on then you will conquer deep sleep. So don't worry about the waking and dream world. Focus on Om. Om. In this way, with the outgoing breath, keep chanting, keep chanting. The mind will very quickly, and listen to the resounding sound in your head. Very quickly the mind settles down. It will not even take a week, depending upon how much demerit points you have collected in your life. If less demerit points, one is enough. If too many demerit points, maybe 2 weeks. If you do it intensely, it's all depending upon how intensely. Is your focus on the demerit points or is your focus on dissolution? If your attention is on dissolution, do it full. If you're sitting for 10 minutes, half an hour, do it fully. Dissolve. It must lead to samadhi, savikalpa or nirvikalpa. If it is happening and you are hearing sound, you are not doing the way it is got to be done. You are still distracted. Then chant loudly. Oh, chant loudly. Who cares what the other world thinks? सबको तंग कर दो. Continuing. अच्छा, so if you want to understand about pranava, there is a lecture on YouTube where by Om you can achieve anything. So that you can listen to it. यदानंद सिंधौ निमग्न पुमान् स्यात् यदानंद सिंधौ निमग्न पुमान् स्यात् अविद्या विलास समर समस्त प्रपंचः अविद्या विलास समस्त प्रपंचः तदा न स्फुरत्यद्भुतं यन्निमित्तं तदा न स्फुरत्यद्भुतं यन्निमित्तं परं ब्रह्म नित्यं तदेवाहमस्मि परं ब्रह्म नित्यं तदेवाहमस्मि. When a person who is deep in ignorance and bound by the creation gets immersed in the ocean of bliss called self, to him my resplendent, most awe-inspiring form is revealed, and I am that eternal supreme self. The Lord is saying, initially he reveals to such a person who is totally immersed with a vikalpa, and that is form. Then with form the Lord will reveal. Because Dhruva, he had seen Narayana as Chaturbhuja Narayana in his house. Mom used to pray to it. She said Narayana will help. He went after the Lord with form, and Lord with form appeared in front of him after his tapasya. It was not formless. See? So whichever way you approach to him, he will reveal in that manner. When you chant, when you think he is the name, and name is more important than the form, then you are chanting Om. You are chanting your mantra, but the revelation of that Parabrahma Paramatma as only Nama will appear as Om. When that matures, you hear Om whether you like it or not. Inside, outside, for 2-3 days you will keep listening Om only. And it's not just like you hear some sound in your head. Sometimes it is, I have to do this, I have to do that, I have to do this, I have to do that. That is one sound. Other sound is, I am the mother, I have to take care of the child, I have to feed this child, what should I make for breakfast, what should I make for... This is another sound. Then japa is another sound. But realization of that japa, we are not talking about Vaikhari Madhyama Pashanti, Para. We are not talking about Parasthiti. But somewhere between Madhyama and Para, these things start happening. The form will come and go, and when you are chanting, then this Om, and then there is utter silence after that. Utter silence. Even if you want to think, the thought will not come. That time you should not have self-doubt. That I am going cuckoo. That I am losing the plot of life. That I am not remembering. You will forget your husband also. You will forget the names of your children also. You will forget you have eaten. That time don't think that you are having Alzheimer's. No. But that's why it said you do it in a safe place under a teacher so that you don't get carried away by your thoughts. So that Om is heard. After that Om, then you keep practicing that again and again. Om will not be heard again and again. Once only. But you keep accessing that silence, or that is called Samadhi Abhyas after that. After that begins Nirvikalpa Samadhi. And in that Nirvikalpa Samadhi, access it again and again. Then one day you will realize, Nirvikalpa Samadhi also stops after some time. When I am hungry, I have to break that and go and eat food. I have to go to toilet, etc. So is there a way I can convert this Nirvikalpa Samadhi into a Sahaj Bhav? Can I practice Nirvikalpa Samadhi 24/7? Then you come to Vedanta. Conversion of Nirvikalpa to Sahaj is done by Vedanta. Otherwise, before it was only Neti. Then after that it was only Anvaya, Sahasra Shirsha Purusha. But we want to go beyond both. Neither I am running away from anything, neither I am including anything. I am that. Because that game of exclusion and inclusion is only at the mental level. And that is Shakti. that is the vibhuti, then from that point you take everything as the vibhuti of the divine. And this way, my resplendent, most awe-inspiring form is revealed. The Lord is saying, or the Brahman is saying, he can choose. To someone, or Krishna shows the Bhayankar form. To some people, he shows the chakra form and ready to kill them. To some people, he is the most compassionate one. To some people, he comes and washes the feet of Sudama. He's the same Lord. In Bhagavad Gita, you see that somewhere he's taking the position of a human being with Arjuna. Another place, he's taking the position of a guru. Another place, in 11th chapter, 7th chapter onwards, he's taking the position of the Ishvara. And after that, he's take Parabrahma Paramatma. Then he goes, explains that he's the Kshetrajna, not the Kshetra. Then he puts in place what the Gunatita Purusha. Who is the person who is beyond the three gunas? Three gunas at the level, mind level. I am the Gunatita Purusha. Those qualities are given. All those positions Krishna only took in that Bhagavad Gita. So is he a schizophrenic then? Taking different roles. He knows all the roles. He's not confused with his roles because he's clear. He's ever the witness. We should be also. We are that. Don't take yourself to be anything less than that. Swaroopanusandhana rupam stutim yaha. Upanusandhana rupam stutim yaha. Pathedadarat bhakti bhavo manushyaha. Pathedadarat bhakti bhavo manushyaha. Shrunoti hava nityam udyukta chitto. Shrunoti hava nityam udyukta chitto. Again. Shrunoti hava nityam udyukta chitto. Noti hava nityam udyukta chitto. Bhaved Vishnuratraiva Veda Pramanat. Bhaved Vishnuratraiva Veda Pramanat. By the words of the Vedas, a person who reads this praise of the nature of the Supreme Self and who hears this same extolation with mind fully engrossed with bhakti reaches the abode of Vishnu. There you go. Here Vishnu, the one who is all pervasive. You take it as Vishnu, you take it as Atma, you take it as Brahman, Paramatma is one and the same thing. And in this way, be ready to dissolve every moment. Feel the urgency, feel the eagerness. And that's why we keep teaching these satsang. Why do we say, if you're calling for food, that is secondary. Satsang is more important. Why? Because it's another opportunity to engross in that theme. See? And may Lord Vishnu, may Lord Shiva, may Lord Brahma, may the Paramatma himself bless us with this absorption here and now. Bolo Siyawara Ramachandra ki jai, Pavana Sutta Hanuman ki jai, Bolo Bhai Sab Santana ki jai, Sadgurunath Maharaj ki jai, Ganga Maiya ki jai, Jamuna Maharani ki jai, Aaj ke Anand ki jai. हर हर नमः पार्वती पतये हर हर महादेव जय जय रघुवीर समर्थ जय जय श्री गुरुदेव दत्त ओम पूर्णमदा पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ओम शांति 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 हरि ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः हरि ओम. Just sit quietly for a moment.